Welcome, homies and homettes. Welcome to another video of the Kevin Strong Show. And the title of this video is called American Apathy. Excuse my voice. I've been under the weather for about 2 or 3 days, so I do apologize for that. But the thumbnail for this video was about this tragic thing that happened with these 5 individuals that went on this mini sub trying to basically get a view of Titanic. So we're going to talk a little bit about that and why I'm calling the video American Apathy. Very, very, very sad, in my opinion, and also talk a little bit about student loans and what one particular lady had to say about it that once again ties into the theme of American apathy. So welcome to my show. If you're new to my channel, please hit that like button, subscribe, and share because I care. Hit that notification button because I typically do release my videos once a week. So let's set this up. Everybody's heard about what's going on or what went on about this submarine and this tragic thing, this apparent implosion, and these people have died. So I spent a little bit of time doing some research about what happened, some of the background of the individuals, looking at some of the social media threads, even looking at some of the TikTok stuff. And I'm telling you, especially on the TikTok platform, 95% of the people that were commenting on this were laughing, making a comedy show out of this, about, how much the wife's going to get, how stupid could you be? And it's kind of like, okay, let's sit back and pause for a second. It probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. Okay. They could have come up with some more quality and control, whatever, beyond my pay grade. But what I don't find humorous is the loss of human life. And I think the reason why there was so much apathy aimed at these individuals is that people overall are just apathetic. They're jealous. They have so much self-pity in their own life that they want an opportunity. They take any opportunity to make themselves feel good at someone else's expense. There was a 19-year-old child, and I'm calling him a child at 19 years old, that died. Not to say that his life is worth any more than somebody else's, but why in the hell would you make a joke about that? I guarantee you, and I got into it with a couple people on TikTok, and I just made a general statement, and this might even turn a couple of people off that's watching this video. Whether you're talking about this submarine tragedy, or you're talking about whatever happened in George Floyd, if you're talking about what's happening about all of this theft, with these retail stores across the United States, I'm reasonably sure all of the culprits significantly make less than 6 digits. There's something to be said about your income and your attitude. Let me repeat that, ladies and gentlemen. There's something to be said about your income and your attitude. Because if you have something to work for or something to hold on to, you don't get caught up in BS. Who has the time to come up with some type of creative thread on TikTok to make fun of someone who's lost their life, right? So someone or a lot of people who are associated with those individuals, they have a lot of family and friends, they're grieving. I've heard the stories about, hey, I bought this light at Camp World or whatever. That's fine. You can pick apart all the safety steps that they probably skipped that could have made things better had they not gone that way. But that doesn't give anybody the right, in a sense, to make fun of human loss. So I just thought that was very interesting. That was kind of like the heads up thing that I kind of wanted to talk about. And here, just check this out. This is where I'm going when I say about this American apathy. Let me just go to, there's this lady here. Now we're switching to student loans. So here's the setup for this lady. She's a single mother and she's got 3 children. She lives in Dallas. Okay. And she says she can't even recall how much she initially borrowed to fund her studies. Okay. But with interest and all this other stuff, now it's at $100,000. She says her credit has been ruined. I'm just summarizing this page. Her credit has been ruined. So she refuses to make the loan payments at the expense of providing for her children. She told Newsweek. I've never made a payment and I never will. It has ruined my credit and I don't care, she said. Um, I'm an underpaid teacher and I won't spend any of my money on predatory, unconstitutional loans. I will not take away from my family. Okay, I'm going to comment about this, and this may piss some of the ladies off. Too many times, not all, some women use children as a shield and as an excuse not to perform. What I mean by perform, you do what's necessary. Everybody's got a sad story. Everybody has a situation that they have to work themselves out of to get to a better place. I don't see anything in this story that's talking about, okay, let's say you choose not to pay your student loans. Good luck with that. Because some of you guys have seen my videos before, and I used to say, you better pray. And I mean pray that the Supreme Court agrees with Joe Biden. But it's because it's going to be on like Donkey Kong when these student loan payments come back. These people are never going to probably be able to afford a house. It's going to severely contract their disposable income. And basically, they will be debt slaves unless they really, really, really get creative. Getting back to this story, I don't see anything in this story where this lady's talking about getting a second job. Okay, so let's say you don't want to pay your student loans. Let's say you're in this camp. Let's say you agree with her and you disagree with me. But what is she doing? If you're an underpaid teacher, then get another job. Do something to supplement your income so you can provide a better quality of life for yourself and your family. But it's so easy to say, I can't pay for my student loans because it's all about my kids. Well, if it's all about your kids, are you maxing out? Are you doing everything reasonably within your means to provide them the best quality of life that you can? I don't see anything on here. I don't see Uber Dash. I don't see any online jobs or anything like that. There's one guy, I don't want to get off on a tangent because I'm getting ready to wrap this up. I don't want to get off on a tangent, but there's one guy that came up with this strategy where he got all these remote jobs, streamlined the process, and then hired virtual assistants. They call them VAs to do these jobs. And the guy made like $344,000 last year. So there's a lot of creative things you can do to make money. This sounds like somebody who took out some debt and doesn't even know how much she borrowed. So I'm already questioning her financial literacy. Then on top of it, the apathy, the American apathy in that is that I took this out. I don't know how much I took out. I kind of knew what teachers make, but I decided to do that anyway, and there's nothing wrong with that. But now that I'm having problems, the hell with it. I'm just not going to pay because I care about my children, even though I'm not getting a second job to provide them a better quality of life. You just cannot make this shit up. Total American apathy. Everybody's a victim. So, want to end on this note. Matter of fact, let me back up before I go on this slide about Washington. Back in when we had the 9/11 attack, okay, the airline bailout was $5 billion in cash and $10 billion in loans. So it was $15 billion for the airlines. Back a long, long time ago, right? Which who knows how much that money is now when you factor in inflation. This is why I think the student loan situation is probably not going to go President Biden's way. The airlines are crooks, but they provide a service. They provide a service, a critical infrastructure to the way America conducts business, to the way Americans travel. It's a part of our fabric, and we need it. Doesn't make it fair, but there is a need for the airlines. When you're asking for student loan relief, you're not really contributing to a critical infrastructure in terms of our society. It's a debt that doesn't generate any income or any true social value. Now, you can make the argument, I don't want to get all philosophical and start pontificating about education and equity theories and the way you can get back to society once you get a degree, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we understand all that. But to write that off as an expense That's an opportunity cost. That's dead money gone. There is no recuperation. There's no give back in a sense for that. Now, some people would argue, hey, once you pay that back, I can do this, I can do that. My name is Wes. I ain't in that mess. I'm just not in that camp. So regardless how you feel about it, that's probably one of the most critical reasons why they're probably going to say, nope, you're going to have to pay this back. Where the airlines, not to say they're more deserving, but because of the function, just like some of the automobile industries like Ford and Chrysler, when they got their bailouts, they were a critical part of our social fabric. So along with this theme of American apathy, I'm going to talk about the state of Washington as an example that I think back in 2022 was ranked the 9th safest state to live in the country. So from 2018, there was 465 incidents of road rage in Washington, shootings. 2 years later, it went from 465 to 867. And then from 2020 to 2022, it was almost 1,100. The number doubled in 4 years. Look at this chart. This is crime increase in the state of Washington from 2015 to 2021. So in 6 years, murder has gone up 95%. Violent crime, 55%. Aggravated assault, 73%. And rape, I'm sorry. Oh, I hope YouTube doesn't flag that. I'm not supposed to say that. Grape. Sorry, not supposed to say that word on YouTube. Grape, up 51%. These are staggering numbers in a state that's considered statistically one of the safest states, top 10 in the whole United States. We have so much apathy that's spreading throughout the United States. It's a very, very sad state of affairs. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. You guys know I'm on record of looking at getting a passport. Not so much a passport, but, exploring the options of getting citizenship or having dual citizenships outside of the United States, just as a backup plan, just for something to have, because I just don't think things are going to go back to the way they used to be. There's no sense of pride. I mean, people, like I said, hell, I took out these student loans. I'm having a hard time. I don't want to pay them. I've lost my job. I don't want to pay my mortgage. I don't want to pay my car note. There's no sense of ownership anymore. You guys remember this old saying, and I'll wrap this video up, when they used to say, no taxation without representation. When the colonies rebelled against the British. You guys remember that a little bit going back in history? Why am I bringing that up? Because that whole revolution about taxes, you know what it was over? 3% tax. They were willing to roll their sleeves up and say, look here, let's get down, homie. I'm not paying this fucking 3% without any representation. Now we've got certain areas, certain states that you might be paying 50, 60% of your money to the federal government. Nobody has a problem with it because everybody deserves a participation trophy. So I hope you found this video in a good place. Please smash that like button, comment and share because I care. Please hit that notification button so you get notified when I release my videos, which is typically once a week. And I will leave you with my famous slogan: keep your credit score up and your debt down. This was the Kevin Strong Show, and have a heart, because we all do. And I'll see you guys in the next video.